everybody. It is I, Nomadic Kitty. I like to say to everybody in Korea, what is it? Annyeonghaseyo. Hi everybody. Hey, everybody in America, Korea, worldwide. It is I, Nomadic Kitty. Yes, I am a real person. So I'm here to do this video because normally I thought about just doing a real video, but welcome to my channel. Make sure you like, subscribe. I like to say to welcome everybody who's watching this, army, non-army, whatever. Welcome to my channel. What we're going to talk about, the Suga of BTS situation. Yes, I have my D-Day shirt on today. I was going to just do my regular video, but I just thought I'd come on camera and talk to you guys today because I'm a bit like more animated on camera, and some of y'all are wondering if I'm a real person. I am. I'm the one who narrates the videos. I'm the one who writes the videos. I do have other people that may narrate or edit my videos, but pretty much Nomadic Kitty is me and 2 or 3 other people, but pretty much it's me. It's my channel. For those of you who already know me, I already have another YouTube channel that I won't link because it has nothing to do with anything. But on my channel here, we do culture, especially American and Korean culture. We do politics, culture, history, news, events. I do any kind of travel vlogs or concerts that I go to, I post in this channel. And I try to keep it light. I try to have a good time. I try to research and be informative. But information is kind of like my jam and what I do. And my other channel, it's mostly me on camera, and I don't like to be on camera, but hey, that's what we're here for today, right? Okay, so we're going to talk about, of course, Suga of BTS. Now, let me just start out. Y'all really be patient with me. I'm trying to not make this video very long. For those of you who are like, who's Suga of BTS? BTS is a international all-male boy band, I guess you'd call it, from Korea. They are more than just a K-pop boy band. They're international superstars. Each one of them have had their own solo projects and solo albums, and they are worldwide popular. It's beyond K-pop. They have been all over the Billboard charts in America. They've been in charts all over the world. Most people know Butter and Dynamite from BTS, smooth like butter, criminal undercover. Like, yeah, y'all know what that is. Like, y'all, most people have, if you hear a BTS song, most people are like, I've heard that before, especially Butter and Dynamite when they came out around 2001, 2022. There is a member of BTS named Suga, otherwise known as August D, otherwise known his real name, which is Min Yoongi. Full disclosure, Min Yoongi is my ult. So when I say ult, ultimate bias, it means that he is my favorite member of the group. He's also my favorite member of entertainment and celebritydom, period. So he is my ultimate bias. So, but I do stay objectionable. I mean, I'm grown, so I'm going to stay objectionable. Last week around this time, I was sitting at home minding my own business. And my sister-in-law, who's a K-pop person, K-pop stan, and so am I. She got an alert saying that Suga of BTS was in some sort of drinking and driving incident with a scooter, that he fell off a scooter. The police revoked his license. They found out he was drinking, and they took him down to the station, revoked his license. He released a statement on his Instagram and Weverse. Weverse is a website that a lot of K-pop people communicate with their fans. So he released a statement, and his company, his record label, released a statement, and he apologized. The record label apologized. I went on about my damn life. I was like, I got a little chuckle out of it. I was glad he wasn't hurt. I was glad other people weren't hurt. And I'm out here going back to work, living my life. 2 days later, because let me just full disclosure, I don't keep up with social media and none of BTS members on social media. I like to say I am not ARMY. I did a whole video about ARMY. But because I was curious about the phenomenon. So I would consider myself fetus army, because how I came into this BTS thing, I have to do another video on that because it's a whole thing, child. It's a whole thing. Okay, how I became involved with BTS. But first, it was August D back in 2020. But I won't get into all of that. That's for another video another time. So I went about my life. Next thing thing I know, I just happened to like get on my YouTube, and I subscribe to different K-pop channels because I do like other K-pop groups. A few, not a lot, but a few. I've been to 6 K-pop concerts and probably 3 more this year. I just went to an ATEEZ concert that I have shorts you can watch, where I went to an ATEEZ concert, which I had a really good time. But I'm not, but I subscribe to some BTS fans, and then who have YouTube channels, popular ones, and then some people who just report on K-pop. So I went and looked and was like, what's going on? Because I kept hearing things, like I kept getting alerts, and you know, everything that I read, it was positive. Like people on Suga's Instagram saying, we forgive you, you know. Next thing I know, things started to turn ugly real quick, okay? I like other K-pop groups, but I've never had anything like scandalous happen to them, knock on wood, yet. You know, I like TXT, I like Card, I like songs. I don't really follow groups. Besides BTS is the only group I've ever followed. And again, this is all new to me. I'm Fetus Army. I'm just a little baby fetus. I got my little BTS Bangtan umbilical cord connected because I don't know what's going on. I've never seen this before. So I've been here, when I did my video about ARMY, which go click on my video, it's in my playlist about ARMY, I wanted to research ARMY. I didn't want to research BTS. There's plenty of videos out there about BTS members. I wanted to research ARMY. I want to know, what was this fandom all about? Why do people call them crazy? Because other fandoms are like, oh my God, those ARMY people are crazy. Stay away from ARMY. And I'm like, oh my God, they're scary. They're paranoid, they're scary, they're obsessed over BTS. So I started researching ARMY and then researching BTS. So ARMY is BTS fans. That's the name of their fandom. So I see a lot of ARMY was defending, and then so this started to make the news in Korea, like major news in Korea. State-run news, popular news, internet news. I go and just take a peek, and I'm like, it's coming up in my YouTube feed that people are doing videos, and I subscribe to Korean media. It's starting to pop up saying Suga, BTS, DUI, blah, 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 blah. Everything is everywhere. Suga is in trouble. He has a DUI. And I'm like, with the scooter thing? So I click on watching the videos, and it's in Korean, and I don't speak Korean. So I know people who do speak Korean. And so they were translating the broadcast for me. And then they had the CCTV video of it looked like Suga was on a moped. And I was like, is that him? It was really blurry. Then I go to another Korean news outlet, and there's another video that was different than the other video I watched. And it's really blurry. And I was like, maybe this is at a different angle. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't really see if it's Suga or not. It's at night. And he's like zooming down the street in a scooter. And I was like, okay, I guess. All of a sudden, y'all, it blew up. You literally seems like overnight. It started out as just a funny story that we like, phew, thank God nobody got hurt. So all of a sudden the media blew it up and was like, you know, and then they're like, the CCTV, and has he done this before? Then people online, which again, if you're online and you're making comments in the comment section, you're entitled to your opinion. But people were posting, like journalists, K-pop stands, K-pop Twitter sites, websites, K-pop sites, YouTubers were all posting about this in different degrees of level of craziness. Some of them were saying that Suga was way over the legal limit, and he was way over, and he was flat drunk. And then, because this is what happened, he was at a restaurant. Let me go back. He was at a restaurant. Suga is in the military, so he has like civil service duty, where I guess he goes to work 9 to 5, and then afterwards he just kind of like goes home or does whatever he want to do. So after work, I guess he decided to go have some drinks. So he had some drinks. We don't know if he was with somebody, if he was alone or whatever. He had some drinks. He got inebriated. He was a little tipsy. He was going on that lane. He was a little tipsy, and so instead of driving home or walking home, there's a scooter that looks like a kick scooter. It's motorized with a seat, okay? And he decided to take that home. And then it was saying in the statement that as he got close to his gate where he lived, he fell over. And then as he fell over, police officers were there, and they noticed or smelled alcohol on his breath. And then they decided to take him down to the station and ask him who he was and all that stuff. And then they ended up revoking his license. So that's what happened. That's a story that Suga told. That's kind of the story the police were told. People took this story and ran with it. I have read so many things. So this little incident has blown up into this big, huge thing where people are sending funeral wreaths to his company, Hybe, saying that he should lose his job, saying he should be fired from BTS, saying that he's reckless. I've read things about Suga and drug and alcohol rehab. Like, y'all, I'm not playing with you. I've read this, that people posted articles on their YouTube channels about Suga, should he be in rehab? Oh my God, he's drunk. He has an alcohol problem. He's not doing good in the military. So the military came out and said, we can't do anything. It was after hours. We're not doing anything. He was off duty. Okay. So there's no disciplinary there. Hybe came out and issued a statement saying there might be disciplinary action. We just have to see. Suga paid his fine. His license got revoked. Like I said, it should have been left where it's at. I have never seen in my life the level of character assassination in real time. Like, there have been stars in K-Idols, famous people in the music industry and also in the movie and the TV industry that have unalived themselves because they were unfairly, unjustly accused of things before police even investigated, and they were misaligned and deemed guilty. The lead actor in Parasite, unalived himself last year, and it shook me to my core that he was possibly having an affair on his wife, and then the woman that he was possibly having an affair with just blew everything open and put all his business out there. And this man was so misaligned and so embarrassed and disappointing his wife and his kids and his fans. And he was harassed viciously online as being a drug addict and a cheater, because apparently the girl claimed that they were like doing illegal substances together. And this man was judged so harshly that he decided to take his own life. So I was shocked. And this has happened before to different stars in South Korea. That it's just trial by humiliation. Somebody wrote in the comment section that it's trial by humiliation. So before the police even released anything, people were dogpiling on Suga, saying that he should be fired from the group. And I was like, fired how? He helps write the music and compose the music. There are people saying that Suga is not that important. He's not that popular member of the group. Are you crazy? My sugar bears, let me hear from you. My sugar babies and sugar bears out there. Suga has a strong contingency of fans, hip hop lovers, people who like his underground stuff. There are all kinds of sugar bears are numerous. We are out here. We're not just a bunch of crazed like fangirls. He is well respected. Him and RM and J-Hope are well respected in the Korean hip hop community and in the hip hop community even here. So the idea that Suga's not this popular member and who cares? And they were going around saying OT instead of 7, that it should be the OT 6 because Suga should be kicked out the group. I'm like, if Suga went on a tour, he's come out with 3 solo albums. He's went on a solo tour in 2022 that sold out. So I'm like, all Suga's going to do is write a song about this, come out with another album, do a music video, and clown on everybody and probably win a Grammy if they did kick him out of the group. But Hybe came and said, his company came and said, there's no way we're kicking him out of the group for this. I had to speak at poor RM. RM of BTS, his bandmate, Suga's bandmate and friend, released an album this year. And so it's reached some milestones. And so RM posted on his Instagram about the milestone his album reached. People got on his post and saying, you are trying to detract away from what Suga did. And you are trying to downplay and distract us away from the horrible criminal element that is Suga. Like people, and then Army, the BTS fans came in quick to defend it, but it was so much of a frenzy that RM deleted his post and took it down. So poor RM couldn't even celebrate his album because people were blasting him. Then people came out saying that Suga lied because he was saying he was 500 feet away from where he lived. He stays in like this gated, like high-rise apartment. People were saying he lied. Then people were saying they lied about what kind of scooter it was. Because at first they said it was a kick scooter, but the police released that as well. So I guess the police lied, but they accused the record label, him, of lying about what kind of scooter it was. So I went online and started reading things, and it was just ridiculous. He could have, oh my God, he could have killed somebody. Oh my God, he was driving too fast. Oh my God, my friend, brother, uncle, cousin, fill in the blank, got killed by a drunk driver. And of course, we were making comments in the comment section. We don't know if that's even true. I'm asking other people, is this normal for BTS? People, I can understand people in the comment and regular schmegular people going and posting things on the internet, their own opinion. You're entitled to your own opinion. Ma'am, sir, him, they, whoever you want to be, you're entitled to your opinion. But the fact that the Korean media dogpiled on Suga, calling him a criminal, he's a criminal. There should be criminal charges. Basically, character assassination. To see this in real time, I was dumbfounded. Like, the more I read, the more dumbfounded and confused I became. And so Army, the BTS fans are like, do you not understand why we act this way? Why we are so protective? Because I've never seen a concerted effort. There's something called black propaganda. I've learned more about Korean media in the past 6 months than I probably know about the media in the United States. And I'm a journalism major in the United States. I majored in journalism. I have never seen anything like that. There's no journalistic integrity. These people have made up things, made up lies and rumors and innuendos that are so egregious that it is borderline on black propaganda. If you don't know what black propaganda is, look it up. There are PR firms out here who get online and have people post things and say about things to bring down other people. I have never seen a concerted effort to try to tear down this man's character than I've ever seen. Suga ain't hurt nobody. He didn't drug anybody. He didn't burning sun anybody. He has never ran over anybody in his car or a scooter or anything that we know of. He has never had any dating scandals or treated anybody misaligned. People were trying to go back to the bar or the restaurant he ate at and trying to say the restaurant employees said that he was rude. And, what? So last night I just had enough of it. I'm sitting there watching TV, and then Jose Ochoa TV, if you don't know who that is, I'll post links to his YouTube channel. I saw it pop across my feed that here's the real CCTV video. The real CCTV? I was like, hold on. I was about to go to sleep. What do you mean the real video? Real video? So it turns out the CCTV video that the Korean media was showing was not Suga. It was somebody else on a moped. Now, as to how they got that wrong, not quite sure. As to how that video was allowed to be released and claimed to be Suga, not quite sure. As to how they made a mistake, not quite sure. Nobody really knows. Why would they get video and just assume it was him? Who told them it was the video? Wouldn't you want to get the video from the police department before you release video and just say it's him? Wouldn't you want to figure out the video that you had is real? No, it's not. So Asia 10, which is a quote unquote news tabloid, I don't know what the hell they are. Entertainment Tonight, I don't know. JTBC, I think there's a Korean outlet, supposedly news, but they're really like tabloids. They should be deemed as entertainment and not news, called JTBSC. I think that's the name of it. If I got it wrong, y'all, I apologize. But now they've come out and apologized, and so these different outlets are starting to post the real video. So I'm watching Jose Ochoa TV, and I'm like, let me see this real video. I'm watching the video. First of all, Suga wasn't swerving. He was on the sidewalk. He wasn't in the streets. He passed by maybe 2 pedestrians. It was probably 11 o'clock at night. He was going so slow that me and my bad knee, I just had knee operation, that I probably could have outpaced him. He was going really, really slow. Not swerving, not, none of that. Just driving going maybe 5 miles per hour. The scooter, somebody actually posted a picture of what the scooter looked like the one he drove. It's basically a motorized scooter with a seat on it, like something that my 10-year-old would probably like. In America, I know in South Korea the laws are different, but in America that wouldn't be considered a motorized vehicle, and I know in South Korea it is, but in America it wouldn't be considered a motorized vehicle. In America, my 14-year-old could drive this without a license. So I'm not trying to throw shade that way, y'all. Infer to what you will. I saw him drive. My grandmother probably could have been walking faster than that. He looks like he turned the corner a little bit too sharp, or he was trying to avoid, or maybe hit a rock. And he just said, boom, and dumped over. Got back up, grabbed his helmet. Yes, he had a helmet on. He was looking like somebody's grandpa on this little scooter with a seat. He looked like somebody's grandpa. He picked up his helmet, and all of a sudden 4 police officers come around the corner, like they was hemming him up like he was a brother in the hood. But that's neither here nor there. I won't even get into that. But they're saying that police patrol this area because I guess rich people live there. It's hot in Korea. It's like 100 degrees. As to why 4 police officers are just standing outside a multi-million-dollar high-rise. Maybe they do this all the time. I want to give the police the benefit of the doubt. I don't live in South Korea, so I don't know. But y'all can confer and add into the conspiracy at will. Go ahead. Talks amongst yourselves. Conspiratize as much you want to. I won't. But Yoongi was already standing up, and you see them like exchange conversations. And then that was the end of the CCTV video. There was reports that Yoongi fell over drunk, laid there on the ground, stood up, wobbly, was drunk, was slurring his words, was like, I'm Suga, BTS. Do you know who I am? I'm Suga. Like, none of that happened. Like, I actually read somebody actually posted that he laid on the ground, that he stood up drunk, and that the police helped him up. He was drunk, talking about he was Suga BTS. None of that ever. Fact, people made up stuff. So the real video came out, and I'm laughing, going, where he fell over was cute. He just, and then like fell over on the ground, and then just immediately stood up. He didn't seem like he was tipsy or wobbly or whatever. Even if he was tipsy or wobbly, he didn't hit nobody. He didn't hit anything. And yes, he was right in front of the apartment or the high rise where he lives. He was right there. And the only reason that the police even noticed him is because he fell over. That's it. If he didn't fall over, the police wouldn't even notice him, y'all. So that was, I was confused as to people who were like, he could have killed somebody. He could have hurt somebody on the sidewalk. On the sidewalk. He wasn't even on the street. You're minimizing what can really. Nobody should be driving drunk. Period. Driving anything, period. But if you're going to drive something while you're tipsy, if you want to ride a bike while you're tipsy, most likely you're going to injure yourself. If you're going to be on that kind of low motorized scooter, most likely you're going to hit a pole and probably injure yourself. So if anybody would have got injured, Yoongi probably would have got injured. If he would have hit somebody, he probably would have knocked them over, but not enough to kill anybody. Like, are y'all crazy? Like, come on now. Come on. Well, you people are minimizing. No one's minimizing anything. No one's minimizing anything. But I have to say, I'm a little biased. I live in Texas. I live in the country where people drive their ATVs with a motherfucking Bud Light in their hand. I mean, let's just keep it real here. That's where I live. People roll around in those little golf cart things with jello shots in the back. That's where I used to live. I live in a gated community. I live in a rich neighborhood. That's how the rich people get down in my neighborhood. They drive ATVs and golf carts with jello shots and vodka in the back. So be it for me, I haven't done that. I'm not a drinker. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying that, like, we want to compare apples to apples. I'm an American. So sorry, I don't have, I know Korean culture. I have culture sensitivities and all that. And I know the laws are different in every culture, in every state, in every country. And I respect that. But what I don't respect is people dogpiling on anybody in any industry, whether they be a celebrity or be a politician or whoever. So basically, these news media outlets in Korea basically just made up shit. As to how they're allowed to do this, I don't know, but people talking about how I need to sue. They need to sue. So a reporter in Asia 10 came out today and was like, you know, people are still going to be suspicious about Suga and that he needs to do a photo line. I was like, what's a photo line? So apparently, a photo line is when you go to the police department and talk to the police and then stand up there and do like a mini press conference outside the police where the reporters get to ask you questions and take photos. That's what's called a photo line. G-Dragon did that last year when the stuff came about the Parasite actor. G-Dragon got dragged into it. He had to go down to the police station and do a drug test. And then he stood up there and they took pictures of him. And then apparently they can use these pictures of these videos anytime they want to. Because this Asian 10 reporter that I named Mr. and Mrs. Choi or Cho wants Yoongi to do this. He should do a photo line because people are still going to be suspicious. Get the hell out of here. Suga shouldn't apologize anymore. Hybe shouldn't apologize anymore. They should be apologizing to Yoongi for all of this. And you want him to come down to the police station and further humiliate himself? He's a grown man. There's no way I would do a photo line. If y'all are still suspicious after watching this video, too damn bad. Get over it. And again, I have to say, shout out to all the people who are real army out there. They were sending funeral wreaths, which these people doing these things aren't real fans. There are BTS has a lot of haters, and I didn't understand. God knows I did not understand how bad it was. So I apologize to the people that I've gotten online and been like, it's not that bad. It's that bad. This is bad. This is bad. I mean, this is bad. Like I said, I thought it was just one thing, but when official news media outlets are dogpiling, when people are going online and assassinating you as a person and calling you a drunk and a criminal and a liar, and you're trying to protect yourself, and he should lose his job, and he should be suspended for the military, and he should be locked up. Lock him up, lock him up. And then you watch the video and you're like, so y'all jump to conclusions for no reason because y'all are ready to jump to conclusions. So in the end, I have to say a few things. Number one, has BTS not earned the grace of South Korea? All the things that BTS has done, all the revenue, all the money, how everybody eating off of BTS. Everybody eating good. High, big hit that wouldn't even be around if it wasn't for these 7 men and their talent and their hard work. They have gotten President's Award. They've been to the UN. They've came to the United States and met the United States president here. They've donated to charities. They've done a lot for a lot of people. So my question is, has BTS not earned grace? If you don't know what grace means, I would say that has BTS earned the benefit of the doubt of the public in South Korea? And will they ever? And people say no, they doubt it. It's like people are desperate to tear them down in some sort of way. And the people who were saying that Yoongi should be fired, and he hasn't atoned. He hasn't atoned. He apologized. He got his license revoked. That's what the law states in South Korea. So we should just make up extra punishments for Yoongi because why? Because he's famous, you don't like him? So rich people and celebrities should get extra punishment. People wanting him to lose his endorsements. Are you kidding me? Huh? His endorsements for what? He should lose them for what? Because it is? He should be kicked out of the military. What? Like the punishments that people were suggesting were so over the top and ridiculous, it didn't fit the crime. The punishment has to fit the crime. That's just how the law works. And you can't punish somebody on shoulda, coulda, woulda. Well, somebody could have got hurt. Well, this could have happened. That could have happened. So we're punishing people based on what could have happened and not what did happen. Nobody got hurt. He didn't get hurt. He didn't destroy any property. He didn't fight no police officers. He didn't run from the law. He didn't stumble around drunk and say, I'm Suga BTS. None of that happened. You have to go by what the law states, not public opinion. This was like a witch hunt. I have never in my life seen something like this, ever, especially ever in America. I've never seen this in real time. I've already heard about it in hindsight and after it's already passed. But to see this unfold in real time and how people just dogpiled and dogpiled and dogpiled. And now people are starting to take down their Instagram posts and their YouTube posts and the mean things that they say. People are starting to delete it. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. You can delete your shit, but people are screenshotting because say it with your whole chest. Say it with your whole chest. No, say it with your whole chest. No, say it. No, go ahead. Then people were blaming him being a rapper. Well, you know how those rappers are in Black American culture. So Black people's to blame for this shit now? So we blaming Black people. We're blaming Black American culture and rap music. Because you know Yoongi's a rapper and you know, like he likes Black culture and you know how those Black people are. These are things I've actually read online. That I'm like, let me buy out of here before I cuss somebody out. Like now, racism? What does Black people have to do with him being a rapper? Like he doesn't get any street cred for falling off a scooter like a grandpa. That's not has nothing to do with rap culture or Black people or being a rapper or Black culture. Like what? I was like, now Black people are being blamed for everything. Of course, it's Black people's fault. So the things that I read were so egregious and so foul that I was like, I had to come on here and do a live video and just be like, and shake my head. So now since the truth has come out, I expect to see people, news outlets, official news outlets online and on TV, Korean, because this was in Billboard, this was on Guardian, this was on CNN, Entertainment Tonight, Yoongi, DUI scandal. I expect people to show the real video, to retract what they said, to set the record straight, or Army will have to set it straight for them. Just saying, because Army is out there reporting YouTube channels and Instagram and news media outlets, and Hybe should sue the hell out of all of them. Yoongi should sue the hell out of all of them himself for defaming him, for misaligning him, and all the things that's going on in South Korea right now, and all the struggles and the mental health issues that Yoongi has talked about. So I hope that he is strong enough to get through this and has the support that he needs, because people are like, well, he'll be fine and he'll be okay. I'm sure people said that about a lot of people. He'll get through this, yeah, because he's innocent. He didn't do anything. He admitted to what he did was wrong and apologized for it like a man, like a human being, like a responsible adult person would be. What do you want him to grovel? No, people want him to be humiliated. People want him to be devastated. But that'll never come because it just won't come. They kick Yoongi out of BTS and then what? He'll go on a sold out solo world tour and become a solo artist. I'm like, do y'all not know he's a solo artist? He's a talented person. He could easily quit all of this shit today and just start composing music and be behind the scenes. That's what I see for Yoongi in the future. Once all this BTS stuff is over, I'm sure he's going to want to go live a quiet life, a normal life, maybe have a wife and kids, and just become a composer and a writer and just be behind the scenes where he don't have to deal with all of this anymore, because this is a lot. And I would like to say a good shout out to Army, International Army. So that means that the international fans came out swinging, as they always have. And I've said it before and I'm going to say it again, and no shade to the fans in Korea. BTS wouldn't be where they are, if it wasn't for the international fans. BTS was systematically ignored in the beginning, and international fans loved them and brought them up and celebrated them before they caught on in Korea. And that is not my opinion, that is fact. And I also like to say, as I conclude this video, that that if you are not into K-pop, that's cool. If you are not into BTS, that's cool. But I would tell people who are into music history, like I used to watch, Behind the Music on VH1, and I still watch YouTube channels that talk about the history of particular artists. Like it goes from their childhood and tells the story of particular albums or artists or groups and how they formed and what happened. Like the things that you see on, there used to be TV shows like Unsung, and stuff like that. If you're into music history, one of the ways I could say that I got into BTS is because I love music history. So I would say that if you're just, take the K-pop out of it, the story of BTS alone is enough for you to discover. So there are documentaries on Disney Plus, there are documentaries on YouTube. There is a whole series called The Rise of Bangtan. I believe that's the name of it. The Rise of Bangtan, or The Road to Bangtan. I'll try to find it and try to put links to all of these YouTube channels that give you the story. There's YouTube channels out there about the individual members. So if you're interested in learning more about who Suga is, Min Yoongi is, it's very fascinating. That's how I fell in love with him, by knowing his story. His story is very compelling. It's very relatable. But the rise of BTS is such a compelling music story. It is such a rags to riches story that I didn't realize it until I started watching videos about how hard they worked, and each one of the members, their backgrounds, and how they uniquely bring something to BTS. But their story is compelling enough. The things that they've gone through in the music industry is compelling enough. I learn things all the time about the charts and the Billboard and the racism and the xenophobia in the music industry. If you're interested in that end of it, then you should watch BTS. I recommend this to anybody who loves music, who's into music, who likes music history, people who are studying music. I think that anybody who studies music history and the industry should be required to watch videos about how BTS did it. And their journey is still continuing. And the best is yet to come, everybody, whenever they come back from mandatory military service. So the best is yet to come, Army. And so I just like to say, everybody have a good day. Stay safe. One day, Yoongi, whatever would run upon my video, we've been begging, please come here to America, where you will be left alone, where you can go and be a rock. And I know BTS, and I know they love their country. I know their family is there, their friends are there, their base is there. That's who they are, and they're proud of their country, and they're national treasures of their country. But I would think that them to have a nice little summer house in America somewhere, just to get away, so they can actually lead normal lives here. So watch the Jimin and the Jungkook show on Disney Plus. If you haven't watched that, watch that. To see them walk around Walmart, to be able to live a normal life, they could do that here. They really could do that here. In other countries, I'm tooting my horn because I'm American, but they could do that here. You could walk around in Walmart in my small suburban town, and nobody would blink an eye. Somebody would maybe recognize them, but I think we would be too scared to even approach them. And they could live a quiet life. They could still produce music, still be part of the industry in Korea, but live a nice, quiet life here, basically anonymous. They would just be two Korean guys walking around that people wouldn't pay attention to, especially if you get into smaller suburbs out here. Like I said, I live in Texas, so I'm a little biased. I live in a really nice neighborhood. There's football players, basketball players. There's a basketball player that just built a huge mansion out here, and people live out here because it's quiet. You live in a small community, and nobody's gonna bother you out here. I would love to have Min Yoongi as my neighbor. He can build his own little compound. Look, let me shoot my shot, okay? Let me shoot my shot. Leave me alone. Okay, he can build a nice house down the street. There's plenty of land where I live. He could build a whole compound, build a nice studio next to his house or inside the house or whatever. He could, raise a family, get a nice, Texan wife. I don't know. Might find one here. I don't know. I'm a little biased, but I'm just saying, just putting it out there just in case he ever sees this video. Like Texas, there's a huge expat Korean community here in the suburbs of Dallas. There's a huge Korean community here. There's Korean businesses, a lot of Korean businesses, restaurants, karaoke bars. He could open his own business here. Any member of the BTS would be welcome here. And our tightly knit Korean expat community that's here. In my city, we would love to have him here. Like, they could live their lives and go. And there's great schools here if they ever want to, get married, find somebody and get married, have some babies. I'm just saying, like, it'd be a great place to raise your kids and just live your best life. I'm just shooting a shot out here. It's like, come to Texas. There's a huge K-pop community in Texas. A lot of artists come and do concerts here because there are a lot of K-pop fans here in Texas, but we know how to leave people the hell alone. Like, we just like, oh, hey, there's Jimin. Oh, okay, there's Jungkook. Oh, there's Suga over there. Like, we know how to leave people alone, but there's a huge community here. And I just saying that, look into moving somewhere in America where he could really be a rock here and live his life in quiet. If he was caught on a scooter and would have fell over, I think in my little town, the police would have picked him up, would have smelled alcohol, and they probably would have escorted him to his apartment. That's all I got to say about that. If he was in my community, and I know a lot of you people, international fans are probably thinking the same thing. If he was here, I know the laws are different because you can ride a scooter here being a little inebriated, but as long as it's not a car or a motor vehicle like that, like a moped or something. But I think here the police officers would have helped him up. They probably would have escorted him to his house and would have been like, just go sleep it off, sir. And probably would have got a good chuckle out of it and really would have left alone. But again, I understand culturally it's different here. Korea has a really huge drinking culture. That is a problem there. But I think here the officers would have helped him up and would have escorted him, would have asked him where he lived and would have escorted him home and said, okay, especially knowing that he's rich and live in a rich neighborhood, police ain't really trying to arrest people out here where I live. Like, unless you hit somebody or hit something, or the police officers be like, where you live? I'm like, I live right there. They'd be like, oh, okay, have a good day. Like people are a little bit more lenient out here where I live. And I would think that in a gated community, a nice area to live, the police would be a little bit more lenient. But apparently, alcohol and driving a scooter even is taken more seriously than it would be here. But I'm just saying that, I'm just trying to shoot my shot out here, letting you know that we got much love for him in Texas. Boo. So, that's all I got to say. Thank you guys for listening to me ramble on. So I didn't want to do a video until everything came out. And so now since everything is out, hopefully y'all will leave this man alone and he can get back to his life and serve out his military duty and write that song. I know he's finna drop 16 bars on y'all asses about what happened and tell y'all haters stop hating. And I know that it's fixing to be glorious. And like I said, the best is yet to come. And we waiting for all of our boys to be home and be on that tour that I will surely be there and post video on my channel. Because I'm not missing a BTS concert if they come here when they reunion. We're waiting for that reunion. So you guys have a good day. And I love you guys and all you guys Army out there who's supported my video. They got like 7,000 views. I love you guys. And you guys have a good day.